There are a few essential kitchen items that have been so prime in my raw vegan journey, as well as other food items, and I want to be able to share them with you all today so that you can incorporate more raw vegan foods into your everyday life. Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to another I Tell Eats and Treats video where we prioritize health and longevity. Today I want to talk to you all about different kitchen appliances and essential food options that have made my raw vegan journey absolutely incredible. When I have my raw vegan days, I love to get in the kitchen and I love to get creative. Yes, of course smoothies and everything are raw vegan, but I also love to just be creative and make so many different unique food options, because I feel like that is what makes life so interesting and what makes eating raw vegan that much better. I am a person who is high raw, but I love my raw days because it makes me feel so good and so whole inside. First, I'm going to show you all some equipment that has made different raw vegan recipes so amazing for me, and then I will go ahead and share different food options that have made raw vegan recipes and having raw vegan days absolutely amazing as well. Before we start this video, I do have to say that any and all the equipment or food items that you see in this video will be linked down below in the description box, and a lot of them you'll be able to get for a discount price or a certain price off. First things first is this food processor. This food processor, or any food processor in general to be honest, has made my raw vegan recipes so much easier. I am telling you all, the amount of energy balls I have made and nut butters and raw vegan marinara sauce and all these recipes that I have made would have given me an absolute headache if I did not have a food processor. I'm being very honest. This food processor was not too expensive, and I will be sure to include it in the description box down below if you're interested in purchasing one. This next one is personally something that finds its way into my lifestyle nearly every day. This is a cold press juicer, and you see this big and bad boy? My goodness, have we been through a lot together. This cold press juicer is by the brand called Kuvings. If you've watched my videos in the past, you will have seen that I have done a lot of videos featuring this juicer. It's pretty awesome. This one is the Kuvings Auto 10 Plus, but I have other juicers by them. I have the Revo 830, I have the regular Auto 10. And what I love about cold press juicers versus like high speed, cheaper juicers is that cold press juicers actually allow you to hold the nutrients in your juice much longer. The nutrients in a juice that was made in a cold press juicer will be able to be retained for 72 hours, as opposed to a high speed juicer, one of the cheaper juicers. Those only hold nutrients for 30 minutes. And then on top of that, Kuvings has a 15-year warranty on their Auto 10 and their Auto 10 Plus juicer. 15 years is just crazy. What I also love about this juicer is that you can make nut milk, you can make sorbet and ice cream, you can make smoothies, and of course cold pressed juices. It's just so incredible. I genuinely feel like every raw vegan needs a juicer in their kitchen. If you're interested in this juicer, Kuvings Black Friday sale actually starts today with over $200 off this juicer. It is literally the cheapest it will be all year, but their sale ends in 1 week, so you definitely do not want to miss out on that. I can definitely say that juicing has changed my life for the better. It's helped me to get more nutrients in my diet. It's really helped me to balance my hormones as a woman. It has helped me be able to consume more fruit and veggies, and it's just generally changed my life. So the next thing that has found its way into my raw vegan kitchen nearly every day is this plant-based milk maker. This one is by Nama, and oh my goodness, it hasn't been so amazing. Y'all, I kid you not, I make a new nut milk every other day, literally every 2 days, because it's so easy. It looks very sleek and it just looks so nice in my kitchen, and it makes nut milks in literally 2 minutes. The first process is just like blending the nuts with the water, and the second process of 1 minute is basically just like a reverse spin cycle. This also has a 15-year warranty, which I just think is so incredible. And another thing that I think is so incredible is that you do not have to soak your nuts overnight. It's just, I love it. If you're interested, Nama's also having a Black Friday sale where you can get this plant-based milk maker, the M1, for $60 off. You can use code ITELLEATS M1 and the link in the description box for $60 off. Next up is a good old blender. So I currently use the 64-ounce NutriBullet blender, and I haven't had any problems with it. One day my mom and I walked into Costco and we saw that they were having a sale, and it came with this 64-ounce top as well as one of the smaller personal sized ones, and we've had it for about a year or two and it has done us very well. I've of course been able to make smoothies, I've been able to make nut milks, banana nice creams, I've been able to make blended creamy soups. I definitely 100% have to say that I recommend the Vitamix. I used to work at a juice bar and they had a Vitamix, and there's just nothing that can compare to a Vitamix, okay? So if you can get your hands on a Vitamix, I would definitely say save up for that. But if you cannot, you can invest in a NutriBullet, or honestly just whatever brand fits your needs the most. So a lot of people may not know about this next one. You might be looking at this alien looking device contraption and saying, Tiffany, oh what that? This is a salad spinner. So basically what you do is after you wash your leafy greens, you rinse them off in this. You place it in here, and what it does is it just shakes off the excess moisture, the excess water. And for me, it has personally eliminated the use of paper towels when I am washing my leafy greens, because I used to use a whole heap of paper towels when I was drying my leafy greens. And honestly, not only is it not good for your wallet because you're just wasting money, but you're also wasting paper. With a salad spinner, oh my gosh, it has just made my life so much easier, and it's very environmentally friendly. I've had this thing for about maybe 2 years. It's cracked, it's not looking too hot, but guess what? It still does the job. So if you're interested in eating more raw vegan foods like leafy greens, like salads, I even use it to like wash my grapes and my produce, I would definitely say you need a salad spinner in your life. It has genuinely changed my life when it comes to my salads and my leafy greens. This next one is a newer addition to my kitchen, but I think it is so cool. So this bad boy right here is not a microwave, I promise you. This is a dehydrator. I wanted to start getting more serious about my raw vegan journey for a while, and I've been eyeing different dehydrators for a while, and I was like, you know what, this is the perfect time to get a dehydrator and start making more recipes, because what I want to do is I want to start making like raw vegan wraps from sweet potato, from butternut squash, from pumpkin, and you really cannot do that in anything else. You could do it in an oven, but that's just going to make your gas go up a lot, and I wanted a separate machine just for dehydrating, and now I finally have it, and I just think it's so cool. I would say this one is not a must. Like I said, if you want to make really unique raw vegan recipes, then maybe it is a must for you. I will include a link down below to this one that I have, but I will also include a link down below to another one that other people have recommended me in my comment sections. It's by a brand called like Exclab something. I'll put it down for you guys. This next one might seem a little bit like minuscule, or like it's not as big as the other ones that I've mentioned before, but personally it has just helped me out so much, not only with my raw vegan journey, but it has also helped me out with just being more eco-friendly and more conscious to the environment and more conscious to my body, is having mason jars in your kitchen. So I absolutely love mason jars because they are a much friendlier alternative to your body than plastic. I love to store my juices, my cold pressed juices, in mason jars. I just am not a fan of plastic. I'm gonna like it, okay? I try my hardest to keep my food away from plastic as much as possible. My food, my drinks, my beverages. I actually even love to drink my water out of a mason jar, a glass mason jar with a glass straw. Not only does it look so much more aesthetic, but I love the way it feels. I feel like the vibration is much higher. And funny story, when I first met my friends, I was walking around with this mason jar, but there was no like lemon or anything in it, and everybody was like, Tiffany got that moonshine. I didn't even know what moonshine was at the time, and I was like, oh guys, no, this is reverse osmosis water, not moonshine. So having mason jars is just awesome in your kitchen. I typically like to get my mason jars from Target in the United States, but there's so many other places you can get mason jars from. Regarding the country that you're in, I just feel like this is a must to have in not only a raw vegan kitchen, but any kitchen. It's better for you and your body, and it's better for the environment, and they last years. I've had these for literally years, and I actually recently got these tops off of Amazon because the ones that come with the jar typically rust quickly, so these are really awesome to have for storage. The next thing is something that a lot of people might not think about, but this is a 5-gallon water jug. I love this thing. It has been in my kitchen for like a little over like 8 months or so, almost a year. The reason I have this is because I do not drink tap water. First of all, I hate the taste of tap water. I literally can taste the chlorine in it. It just, ugh. If you also have sensitive taste buds, I'm sure you also can relate to what I'm saying, because I know a lot of people think that all water tastes the same. That's not true. I am able to really taste differences to water, and for example, that's the reason why I never buy Dasani. So I take this thing every week and I go to a grocery store that's located in the United States called Whole Foods. Whole Foods actually has a distilling water machine where you can get alkaline, reverse osmosis, or deionized water for 49 cents per gallon. So that means I can refill this entire 5-gallon buckle for less than $3. The initial price of this is quite pricey. It's about like $35, but you can have it in your kitchen for literally over a year, and this has saved me so much money on water. I'm pretty sure this alone is probably the price of a Brita water filter, so it just depends on you, on what you are prioritizing. I personally love this thing, and I also have like a water suction thing that allows me to just click a button and put water into my glass whenever I'm ready. It has been a life changer, honestly. So for this next portion of the video, we're going to be talking about different food items that have really helped out my raw vegan journey. Number one is something you may or may not be familiar with, but it is called coconut aminos. I get my coconut aminos from a store called Trader Joe's that's really only in the United States, but you can get it from anywhere, honestly, any major grocery store in the United States. This is a great replacement for soy sauce, and it is a low sodium and is absolutely delicious. It's a lot sweeter than soy sauce, not like an overbearingly sweet, but I love to put this in my raw walnut taco meat. It tastes so good, and you can put it into like raw stir fries and everything. This is so versatile, and even if you're using this in cooked foods, I love to use this as a soy sauce replacement whenever I'm making like brown stew chickpeas or brown stew lentils or something. I am absolutely in love with coconut aminos. I've been using it in cooked and raw foods for the past couple of years, and I think this is a must, honestly, and not just a raw vegan kitchen, but also any type of kitchen. This next thing is something that honestly majority of people can get their hands on. It's kale. When I know I say I love kale, honestly, I love to juice kale. I love to eat it. I love to yum it up in my salads and everything. I even want to start experimenting with like some kale chips and everything. I think kale is such a powerful and delicious ingredient that can be served sweet in juices, or it can be served savory and different salads and everything. Kale is a must. It's a powerhouse leafy greens. It's one of the best leafy greens that you can consume. Kale has absolutely been so essential on my raw vegan journey. A lot of people may not have heard of kelp noodles before they found my channel. I once received a very uneducated comment from somebody basically saying that kelp noodles are cooked, which is so untrue. Kelp noodles are completely 100% raw vegan. It literally says right here, raw and gluten-free. But basically, these are noodles that are made from like some sort of like concoction or something. I don't really know how they make kelp noodles. I did research it one time and it looked to be quite holistic and pure. And what you do in order to soften them, because I know some people say that sometimes they can be crunchy, is you have to get it out of the package, of course. You have to wash it off, and you have to get baking soda and lemon juice, stir that together and pour it onto your kelp noodles and massage it for about 60 seconds. Instantly your noodles will soften. This is a much better alternative to like soaking it in hot water. I love kelp noodles. They have just, I love them so much. They're delicious, and I highly suggest it for anybody who wants to have a lower carb option for noodles or pasta dishes. This stuff is so delicious. So next up, we have some nuts. I personally love to get my nuts from Aldi, which is a grocery store in the United States, and it's also in different European countries like Germany. But here in the United States, I found that one of the best options for raw nuts is at Aldi because they are just so much more affordable compared to other places like Kroger, Publix, Sprouts, Whole Foods. They are just so much more affordable at Aldi. Obviously, when you're shopping for nuts as a raw vegan, you want to make sure that they are raw, and a lot of people do not consider cashews raw for their own reasoning, which is why I've left them out of today's video. I personally consider cashews raw, and so do a whole lot of other raw vegans. But if you do not consider them raw, some of my favorite raw vegan nuts are almonds and walnuts. Basically, any recipe that you have to use cashews in, you can replace it with walnut, because this is also another nut that you do not have to strain when you're making nut milk. This gets super creamy. You can make super delicious like whipped desserts and everything. Walnuts are so great, and they're so amazing for your brain health. I love to make nut milk with walnuts. They are supreme. And of course, almonds for your classic almond milk. Almonds are so delicious. They can be used to replace walnuts in like your walnut taco meat, so almond taco meat, whatever you decide. I always just say to make sure you soak your nuts and seeds overnight. This helps to release a compound called phytic acid that is found in nuts, seeds, and beans that can sometimes give you a tummy ache. So I find when I eat a whole lot of different nuts and seeds on my raw vegan days and I did not soak them the night before, I have a really bad tummy ache because of the huge amount of phytic acid that is present. But when I soak them the night before, I can literally eat heaps and heaps of nuts and seed without having an issue. And of course, if you are trying to stay away from nuts, or if you're allergic to nuts, you can just use sunflower seeds. Sunflower seeds are such an amazing alternative to cashews as well. You just have to make sure that these are also raw. I've used them to make some absolutely incredible and delicious sunflower seed butter, which you can have raw as well. And I also love to use sunflower seeds in place of walnuts to make my walnut taco meat, so it'd be sunflower seed meat, because they're typically cheaper than walnuts and they're just as nutty and just as delicious, and they are completely nut free. Next food item is to make sure that you have an array of different seasonings, because we love to have well seasoned and deliciously coated veggies on this part of the internet. Okay, I love to use things like oregano and thyme and different mixtures, especially from Trader Joe's. They make some amazing and delicious seasoning blends that you can purchase. Find a seasoning blend that works for you and use it religiously on your salads, in your walnut taco meats, and any other savory dish that you might love. Make sure you find a seasoning blend that works for you, and also make sure that it is fully raw vegan. Another thing that has also really been amazing on my raw vegan journey and just my health journey overall is sea moss. So in Jamaica, we would call this Irish moss. I've done a short video on why Jamaican people call it Irish moss, but today I'm going to be referring to it as sea moss. Sea moss is actually alkaline and Dr. Sebi approved, and this is one of the best things that you can eat because it has 92 of the 102 minerals that our body needs, and it has helped me out so much. Oh my gosh, I feel so amazing when I take it. I feel so much stronger. I feel like I have more energy. It helps with my hormone balance. It helps me with my lady parts, with my that time of the month, everything. I love sea moss, and if you're interested, I'll include a link down below in the description box for a good source for sea moss with 20% off. So that is everything that has helped me on my raw vegan journey, and of course there are so many other things, but I feel like these are the essentials in my kitchen that have just genuinely made my life so incredible. If you like this content, be sure to stick around because there will be a lot more where that came from. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. I hope you have a beautiful day no matter where you are in the world. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for joining. Bye.